That piece isn't coming off. There we go. All right. It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having an excellent Sunday afternoon. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired as usual. I seem to be building a lot these days, so I'm out of energy, but I think I have just enough strength to do a nice hour-long sort, get a bunch of pieces out. Already a bunch of stuff has happened. So, and somehow they turned the volume back up so that I can hear the ads. There we go. All righty. Well, we're live. We're going to sort for an hour. We've got a bunch of great pieces that we've already sorted, but we will get some more sorted, of course, as well. But let's say hi to some of our friends in the chat before we go too much further here. Grumpy J is here bright and early around 12:16 and says, "Yay, another sorting day. Good to see you, Grumpy J. Hope you're doing well." And if you're watching this and you haven't seen Grumpy J's Monday Grumpy live stream, I think it's Monday at 7, if I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong, Grumpy J. But go check it out. It is worth your time. And he's got a great channel, does lots of great stuff. You can also follow him on Instagram as well. He's posting stuff. He's got this dragon-born army that's really fun. But good to see you, Grumpy J. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Gabriel is here. Yeah, good to see you, Gabriel. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope you got some Lego wherever you may be. Scott Schiller is so excited because he is off today. Sunday sorting live. Yay! So Scott, I appreciate you commenting after the fact, and I'm sorry it's not a good time for your work schedule most of the time, but I'm so glad you're here today. I appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Good to see you. We are here. We've got several large buckets of bricks. Here's the first one. It's just kind of a mixture of medium-sized parts. It's a good size to sort, not too many small little bitty pieces that slow me down. Lots of good transparent elements, some bright green from the Super Mario plant. What's it called? Piranha plant. Some great slopes and tiles and stuff there. So really happy with the pieces that we're pulling out of the bulk here. It's going to be great for building. Rob Claxton is here. Good to see you, Rob. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friend. Cross Airborne Customs. Good to see you, Cross. Thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't already, leave a like. It helps the video a lot. The more likes this video gets, the more people see it, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, see, Scott's here, of course, the Fallworth Shield. Appreciate it. I need to drop a poll in the community tab because I think we qualify for another emoji. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments, and I'll read them. But if we get some good suggestions together, I can do a poll. We can get a cool emoji. I mean, it could be another crystal. It could be something Tron related, or it could be something Dune related. I mean, you know, we got some awesome Dune progress that members can see on the community tab. So if you haven't already, it's something that's worth signing up. I'm sure some of our members can let you know how crazy cool that sandworm's turning out already. So. Monty Raj is here. Good to see you, Monty Raj. Thank you so much for joining. I love the purple brick next to your name. Looks great. Lots of purple bricks in the chat today. I love it. Let's see. Battery Powered Bricks is here, of course, as well. Good to see you, man. And please check out Battery Powered Bricks' channel as well. Lots of great stuff. I've learned a lot. I only knew the very basics on older Lego technology, but you can see in his mocks, he's got some crazy stuff going on. My son Namal says hello as well. Good to see you, Namal. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having fun building some Lego these days. You and your dad are inspiration building together. It's super cool. And Monty Raj, you can follow both Nimal and Monty Raj on their Instagram. I believe it's the same, and maybe it's like, let me know what your Instagram is in the comments, Monty Raj, because I'm following you guys, but other people can too when they post updates. So. Oh, we got a bunch of comments. I got to speed up here. Hold on 1 second. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Mr. Just Break It is back. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. How's the weather in Texas? It's finally cooling down a little bit here, but I think it's going to be short-lived. Taz is here. Good to see you, Taz. Thank you for tuning in. We're just sorting a bunch of Lego this afternoon, as we typically do on Sunday afternoons. Case of the Mondays with Grumpy at 6 p.m. Eastern. I was close. He's probably still streaming, wrapping it up around 7. But yeah, check him out, 6 p.m. Eastern. Very worth your time. Equinox Blocks is here, aka Fall Equinox here on YouTube. Good to see you. She has a long-running series on her Coalescent Bay, which is a great, it's like a cartoon, but it's also like a drama. It's really worth watching. I'm just shouting people out. I'm not actually doing any sorting today. But let's see. Gabriel here says, I bought a lot more Legos, so yes, I do. There you go, Gabriel. That's awesome. That's why we're here. Nexus to Zach is here. Good to see you, Nexus. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Nexus is busy these days. He's got, finishing up school, got some work commitments that keep him busy, but he still finds time to tune in. So I appreciate that, man. There's a cool lavender bucket. That is something my brother would really like to use in kind of fantasy style mocks. Let's see. Agent Bricks is here. Hi from Missouri. How's it going, Agent Bricks? How is Missouri these days? We've got some really sweet, I call them masonry bricks or profile bricks. And they're that flesh color. They're the color of like a flesh minifigure. And that's a neat piece. So that technically gets put in the pink pieces because that's kind of pink. That's the closest color analogy I have. It's better than purple or red. Let's see here. Hello, Missouri. Well, you can probably call them Agent Bricks as well, Grumpy J. They have a name, a username there you can use. Let's see. Nexus is here. Hey, Autumn, loved your last Instagram post. Yes. It's Krista is seeing ghosts or visions, maybe projections. It's hard to tell. It's a very mysterious and dramatic story, but it's very, very worth your time to read. So, Broken Bone Bricks is here. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. And for the people who have recently tuned in, don't forget to drop a like. It helps the video a ton. But we found a couple cool pieces already, and there's a lot more in this bin here. There's part of the Infinity Gauntlet, and I bought probably 3 copies of this set because it has such fantastic pieces. Metallic silver, metallic gold aren't super common. They don't always make them. And so they just absolutely loaded this set with metallic gold. They had to. It's the big golden gauntlet from the Marvel movies. So just fantastic pieces. Pretty durable, but I'm going to set them aside separately with the other pieces of this color so they don't get any more beat up than they already have been. They're all in pretty good shape so far. I don't see any scuffs or scratches yet. But saving those because one day I want to make some giant Shima monsters, and they're going to have golden weapons and armor pieces and accents, so I'm going to need those. But one day, when I'm done with all the actually good and serious projects, I'll get to the crazy stuff, and then it'll be really fun. 81 degrees. Oh no. It wants to rain, but nothing is falling right here. Yeah, that feels kind of like us, except I think we've got a little bit more cool in the air. I would say it's probably low 70s here, maybe 60s. And yeah, it's definitely, there were some raindrops, but not actually raining. I know what it's like. Southern weather is unfun sometimes. Henry is here. Good to see you, Henry. Masonry brick is the best new part since 2003. I think that's a valid argument there, Henry. That is one of the best pieces ever. So great for castles, modulars, architecture in general. So good. Very good piece. Pinkish. Yeah, pinkish. That's probably better term for it than flesh. Flesh always sounds weird. That's what Bricklink used to call it before they got bought out. Medium flesh and light flesh. Those were weird terms for Lego colors. Lots of great dark brown small wedge plates here. Little chunky pieces here. Those will be super useful for the giant dune sandworm, which is almost done, right behind the camera. And unfortunately, you can't see it yet on the live stream. But if you are a member, you can go look at the community tab and you can see pictures of it pretty much done. So you can get a really good view of it if you're a member, if you pay that 99 cents a month. I know it's a lot. I know times are tough, but if you want to, hopefully you can afford it if you want to. Yeah, almost done with this chunk of the Thanos Gauntlet. Then we'll get on to some more pieces, but some good stuff so far. I had a few questions lined up for people if the conversation warranted it, and I might bring out one of them. But obviously, last week was October, and we had a nice stream in the end of October. But this week, it is the 3rd of November. So there's going to be some new Lego releases. People were lined up for blocks. Lots of Lego purchases being made at the beginning of each month as things roll out. Did any of you guys in the chat get anything new from Lego for November? I did not, except for the Mushroom House, which is just out of frame, of course. I'll grab it down and show it off real quick. This was pre-ordered earlier this year, I believe. And so I'm really glad to have gotten this. I'm not going to open it yet. I probably will at some point, but it has to be kind of for a good reason, maybe a live stream, maybe some sort of anniversary, or if we reach a certain amount of followers, I'll do a live stream building this, something like that. Kind of like a little treat. But super cool. Glad I got one. I think it's going to go up in value, even though I see a lot of people bought two. And that means they're probably saving one for later or to sell later. So hopefully it's not as outrageous as some Brickling sets can be. But happy I got that. But my question for you all is, did you buy anything this month? Or did you want to buy anything this month and just didn't have the budget like me? Because that was pre-ordered a while ago. I probably still would have gotten it even if it came out, recently as a new set. But is there something that you just couldn't live without and had to get? That's my question. There's some really good sets dropping recently. The X Mansion looks cool. I agree with Maticus Bricks that it looks kind of small for $300. There's other like roughly $300 sets like the Daily Bugle and other ones that are much bigger and much more bang for your buck. So it kind of makes it a little harder to purchase. But I still think it looks cool. I love X-Men, so it's pretty good. See the comments. Hello, fellow Lego lovers. Good to see you, Gloria Erickson. Thanks for joining, Mom. Appreciate you. Agent Bricks says, doing good. How about you? I'm doing pretty good, Agent Bricks. I am staying very busy, building lots of mocks. And I'm actually a little tired today. But thankfully, doing sorting streams isn't that physically demanding. It's a little mentally taxing to try and talk and sort at the same time. But it's very doable. So I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you, though. Corey says, did you ever sort by part type or only by color? So, Corey, that's an interesting question. It was basically always by color for me, but lately I've sorted more by part type because here you can see all of my bricks with studs on the side. They're super useful for different applications than just specific colors. So I've started pulling those out separately completely. Anything with like a bracket or a brick with studs on the sides, snot pieces, all go in their own bin. And I found that to be extremely useful. Another thing that I do separately is Technic. I now pull almost all my Technic pieces out by themselves in their own big Technic bin. So when I need Technic pieces to connect various color blocks, I can use that. So that's what I do for part type. And it's actually been like extremely useful. So pure color sorting, no longer. Although I would say still like 95% of my collection is just color sorted. So, I'm super curious how you plated the middle curve part. My eyes would be crossed. Oh, hold on. Let's see. What are we talking about? Hold on. I love the size of it and how it feels cozy and busy at the same time. Had a blast with the boys at lunch too. There you go. Heard of it. My eyes would be cross-eyed. Mushroom House. Yes, Mushroom House. There you go. Better hide the Mushroom House from Steven. Yeah, Steven wanted to build that pretty quickly. I'm like, hey, we got to save it for something special. It's not gonna just be opened willy-nilly here, guys. Come on. Might have missed the first part of Autumn's comment there. I'm super curious how you plated the middle curve part. My eyes would be cross-eyed. Which mock are we talking about? Let's see. I bought Animal Crossing, Sonic, and some Star Wars. That costed me back quite a bit. Yeah, Gabriel, I can imagine. Star Wars especially is not going to be cheap. But Sonic and Animal Crossing, very good purchases. There's some great of sets from both of those themes coming out recently. Has to do with the sandworm. Oh, yes, the sandworm. Sorry, I desync with the comments, Autumn. Thank you for clarifying that. But yes, the sandworm. The plating on the top is actually the easiest. The hardest part is when the curve on the inside is plating the inside area because that's no longer the correct distance between plates. I'm having to use half plates, jumpers, Even the plate with a little bit of a door hinge. So weird elements to try and fill the gaps, but it's working. One more bricklink order and it should be all done. And then I can build a cool landscape for it to go in. So I'm very, 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 very excited about that one. I only want the Gambit fig from the X-Mansion. Yep, Gambit is a very popular character, and I won't say why, but X-Men 97 was a great show and really brought to life those characters in a great way. So I could see why you want that Gambit character, Grumpy J. We ordered sets for Christmas gifts, but I just wanted the gift with purchase for myself. There you go, Mr. Just Break It. That's good. Those gift with purchases can be super useful. Good parts, good figures. And it feels like it's free. And it kind of is. If you're already buying Lego sets, it's good. So. Sometimes jumpers. Sometimes, well, so I'll have to do a video on it to describe it in detail, but there's a lot of, I'm putting some transparent elements between the plates and the Technic because the transparent pieces have a stronger clutch power than the regular pieces. That's a trick that I learned from Moto back during Lego Masters. So yeah, transparent elements like this 2x6 plate, a non-production part, of course, is going to have like double the clutch power of a regular plate. So it helps keep all those pieces on there together and not separating. So very useful. This guy is not Lego. I think that's a little Halo figure. He looks pretty savage. So he is going to go, I guess, with the minifigure parts, and I'll sort them out later. I don't know if I'm going to throw them away, but we'll do something with them. Maybe he's a giveaway. Corey said, I got some of the soldiers from Eldorado Fortress on bricks and pieces since they're supposed to be removed this month. Oh no, Corey, I saw that. Those look really cool. I was perusing bricks and pieces to see if they had a specific piece in a specific color. They didn't. But I saw that they were available. I'm like, oh, that's cool. People can get blue coats. And now they can't anymore. That's unfortunate. Let's do a Secret Santa this year. Come on, everyone. You first, Grumpy J. I do like Secret Santas, but if we keep it really small, I could do it. But if it's too big a scale, I don't know. But let me know. I might be up for that. I'm not going to host it. It's too much emails. But I might participate. Hit me up on Instagram. Ooh, that's a super useful piece in dark gray. I have a lot in light gray, but I don't have a lot of dark gray hinge plates like that. So super useful for castle walls. Those are very cool. Yeah, I was building a couple scenes recently, of course, for the 12-hour build challenge. And I'm always kind of amazed, impressed, sort of surprised by the increase in part type and different parts we can use. So things like this plate here, this modified plate. This stuff never existed when I built with Lego back in the day. A lot of these things are brand new, like that rounded teal piece, just bizarre stuff. And so it was easy to add a lot of detail and be very creative when you have so many different parts available. I think it's a good thing. I think we're probably paying a little bit more because there's a lot more production going on behind the scenes. But I don't know. I think it's a good thing overall. Oh, question for you guys too. How far are we streamed? 18 minutes? Not too bad. We'll keep up with another conversation. We're talking about parts a lot, and we're talking about colors that we like. One thing I have for you guys is, do you have a favorite color? I've asked that before. But then a lot of our favorite colors no longer are in production. That's why they're our favorite. They're rare. They're special. What's a Lego color that's no longer in production that you would, if you had the power and you could say, bring it back and put it in a set, what color would it be? I have a couple options that immediately come to mind. I really like the colors of sand green and sand blue. Those are both really good. They're used in a lot of different sets and stuff, but sand red and sand purple, other sand colors, super cool looking. And I would definitely bring those back over even other more recent colors that have come out. Sand red, sand purple. There's probably other Is there any other sand colors that I'm missing? But yeah, those are the ones that I would like for sure. I mean, they brought back teal. They can do it. They can do whatever they want. There's no limit to what they can do. Will you and Steven still be playing tank battles for the playoffs? No, Taz, unfortunately not. We no longer work for Lanabrico. We're not associated with them anymore either. But thank you for asking, though. Morgan is here. Good to see you, Morgan. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. It is a nice, quiet Sunday here as we sort a bunch of pieces. There's some beautiful medium green. I just can't get over the medium green color. And we've gotten a solid dent put into this big bin. It's still, that's probably maybe a third. So still a long way to go for this one. Then we have another one over there ready. And just in case we somehow get through all this, I don't think we will. If we're lucky and I really speed up, maybe. Let's say hi to some of these comments here. Old dark gray or brown? Yep, those are some very nice colors. Old brown has such a cool vintage, has an aura about it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I have a little bit of old brown I can use in builds. I should do it more. Trans neon orange from Ice Planet? Yes. Oh, autumn. That is a color that I don't know if I'd want it more than sand red, but it's right up there with it. That and trans neon green, the classic space colors. They were blacklight reactive. They were so cool looking. Yeah, absolutely. Dust Off the Bricks. Thanks for joining Dust Off the Bricks. Hope you're doing well. Sand purple. There you go. Sand purple is awesome. Dusty, any luck convincing the missus to moving to Georgia? Yep. Oh man, not yet, Nexus. One day, Dusty, you'll be able to move out here. But until then, I'm sure you're enjoying the very lovely climate and weather over in the West Coast. I heard it's beautiful. One day I'm going to have to visit. So, olive green? Well, olive green still exists, Agent Bricks. Is there like pieces in particular you're looking for in olive green? Or is that just your favorite color? Because that's also a really good color. I remember when they introduced olive green and it just blew everyone's minds. That's one color I hope they never get rid of. Sand purple and sand red. Exactly, Grumpy. Grumpy's speaking my language. Fingers crossed. They could bring it back. They could do it. I know people are asking about it. I know the old school fans really like it. Sand blue is in production too. Exactly. Yeah, I was just saying I like sand blue and I like sand green. So why did they get rid of the other sand colors? But I'm glad they thankfully are still making both of them. Sand purple and red are not. Exactly. Those are the two that I wish they would bring back. Not a color, but would like to see glow-in-the-dark PCS in more sets. Glow-in-the-dark pieces, yes. So they have some glow-in-the-dark here and there. I don't think it's necessarily retired, but it is rare. So I hear what you're saying, Mr. Just Break It. They could really take advantage of that more, I think. I don't know if the pieces are more expensive to produce or something, but I feel like there's some missed opportunities there. I'd buy sets more often if they had more glow-in-the-dark stuff in them. That's my theory, though. Oh, yeah, some nice trans neon green energy crystals. My favorite color. So good. Very cool. That's a weird piece. It's kind of beat up. It's got some cracks in the bottom, but it's like a 2x2x2 slope in clear with a hollow base. It's an old piece. Probably used on like a crane or a forklift back in the 60s or 70s. Interesting. I have no idea how that got in my collection. Did you ever get that? You find a Lego piece or something that's you have no idea where it came from? T Valkyrie is here. I'm up for more glow-in-the-dark pieces. Exactly. Good suggestion. I think a lot of people could get behind more glow-in-the-dark, especially for spooky season. We just finished spooky season, and I mean, you could have had glow-in-the-dark and gift with purchases. People would go nuts. Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, we're still a lot of Lego fans, but there's always things we want more of. Yes, you definitely need to come out and visit the West Coast more. Yes, I've never been, Dusty, so I definitely need to visit at some point. I will one day. Probably not anytime immediately soon, because I got a convention coming up, but soon. Before too long. Yeah, I'm excited about the convention. I've decided to keep my 12-hour builds together. So you got the Adventurers, Ancient Empires, and Castle. I need to fix the trees on the castle scene. These were temporarily put in the sorting bins for space-saving issues while I was taking pictures of stuff. And the trees kind of broke apart, which means I need to rebuild them stronger so that they can survive a trip to the convention. But I'm going to be bringing all those builds to Atlanta BrickCon in just a few months. So looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. Seeing a lot of ads on my phone. I hope you guys aren't being bombarded too much. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. A nice clean castle panel. Haven't made that piece in a while. Green chrome would be epic. Oh my goodness, Henry, anything chrome. Anything chrome. Green chrome especially. There's only one piece, I believe, that was actually released in sets. And, well, no, you can get the green chrome at Legoland on a keychain, but that's not quite the same thing. But yeah, green chrome. Ho, ho, ho. Imagine like swords or helmets or armor pieces for really cool figures. That'd be awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they haven't made any chrome pieces in a while either. I think the last time they would have used that is like 2003 or 4, and they phased them out pretty quick. I know why they did it. I just am still sad. I miss them. Mm-hmm. Medium green. Chrome green back. Exactly, Gabriel. I think we all do. It's just Lego wants their pieces to last a certain time after people buy it, and chrome pieces do chip pretty quickly if you play with them, thoroughly. So they try to make sure the metallic stuff is inside the plastic, not on the outside of the plastic where it can scratch off. So I get it, but yeah. Next year you should come to Bricks Cascade. I might have to dust off the bricks. When is that? What time of year is that? That a January convention, or is that like a middle spring, March? When is that? Because I might have to fly out there for that. That'd be pretty epic. Mid-May? I'll see what's happening mid-May. I would just show up with myself. I wouldn't be able to bring any mocks. I don't fly with mocks. I don't build my mocks that sturdy. But might have to do that, Dusty. No promises, but I'd love to. Definitely stop by and say hi while I'm there. Oop, that doesn't go in there. So here's a conundrum with color sorting. This is a plant piece, so it should go in plants, but it also is a transparent piece. So does it go in transparent? I think it's going in plants, but it's it may be pause. Ho, ho, ho. I'm gonna need this bad boy later for some Tron builds, but this is a trans neon orange 1x2 brick. Kind of expensive. Kind of hard to find, lots of them. So glad I have a couple more of those floating around after finishing the Tron tank, which I just posted today. So glad the Tron tank is done. I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm ready to be moved on at this point. Ready to work on some more Tron buildings again, I think. There we go. Ad block does the job. There you go, Henry. I should find some good ad blocks. I might need some of those. Oop. There we go. There's a big axle piece from the botanical line. I don't know of any practical use for this yet, but there's got to be one somewhere. Somebody's done something cool with those, I'm sure. Maybe a pole vault mock for a mini lander. That would actually be pretty funny. That would work. Oh, okay. Here is part of the environment from the city space sets. They were really good sets. I bought most of them, but I didn't keep them for very long. They didn't stick with me. But that environment, it's a little chunky, a little weird looking. But I'll use all those pieces in my upcoming Dune landscape, so I will gladly sort this down. Here's that buttery yellow color. Very nice. Morgan says, I wish that Lego would build lighting into sets. I love a lit set, but I don't like the process of adding lights after the fact. Yes, Morgan. Lighting up a Lego set looks so cool and so special, but a lighting kit can be a little expensive, first of all. And then secondly, I think the actually bigger problem is it's kind of hard to install in an already assembled set. So you either have it ready to go as you're building the set, which is a lot of planning, more planning than most people I think are kind of really wanting to do, or you go through the trouble of basically rebuilding the set to get those lights in there. So it's a conundrum. I know at one point Lego was experimenting with official lighting kits, but I think they stopped doing it because they don't want to get into trouble when somebody zaps themselves and sues them. So I think it's purely for safety and legal reasons why they don't get into that. And if you put enough warning labels on the box, which they already have started to do because of some legal stuff, for smaller light bricks, which are, you know, barely, almost impossible to hurt yourself with, but somebody figured it out. And yeah, so it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Chrome coins seem to be made up until 2019. They still do the ring. Right. The ring is still in existence. I wonder how they can get away with that. How is the ring not falling apart, you know? Because that one, I've never seen a ring lose its chrome elements, its chrome coloration. So is it just in the plastic? I think it's a coating, right? I don't know enough about it, but yeah, you're right, Henry. Good fact check there. That neon tank looked amazing. Oh, thanks, Dusty. Appreciate it. Glad you liked it. Glad it's done. It's more difficult than I expected it to be, and I was expecting it to be pretty difficult. That shape is just not conducive to building out of Lego at all. But I got a close enough approximation of the vehicle for the scene. That's what matters. And we're doing pretty good on bulk. There is some probably leftover chunks from Rock Raiders filler brick. Lots of tan 2x4s there. A nice wing piece from the Trolls World Tour sets. It's actually kind of like a soft, like felt fabric piece. It's pretty cool. I have a couple of these. I'll have to make a mock at some point. Make a big angel or something. Or bird. There's part of the Viking Village set from a little while back. It's a good set for parts. I'm not a giant fan of the structure and the layout. It's just a little bit too fragile for me, but I know a lot of people like it. So I'm not going to bash on it too much. Yeah, good point. I'm hoping Funhole as a competitor will push Lego to include lights. Hopefully so. Hopefully they take note of the lighting kit genre and businesses that have sprung up, and they decide to have an official version for people to choose. We'll see. Either way, you can always buy a nice lighting kit from a bunch of brands. Probably the most well-known one now is Light My Bricks, but there's so many you can choose. So. And they're all pretty good. They've all done a pretty good job integrating lights into pieces so you can light up your kits. Light up those Lego sets. Ooh, there's a valuable plate and a weird plate. I love transparent elements, and this is one probably from the Galaxy Explorer based on the length. I think that's a Galaxy Explorer piece. It's a 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 by 10 plate trans yellow. I think that's Galaxy Explorer. Let me know if that's not, if you know off the top of your head, but yeah. Hey, first time catching you live. Hope you've had a good day. Well, thank you, Silver Temperance. That's a really cool name. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you stopping by. We are sorting some bulk Lego as we always try to do on Sunday afternoon. We've gotten about halfway through this kind of medium-sized bin, so doing pretty good. We are now 34 minutes into the stream, and we still have about 25-ish minutes left. So we will try to get as much done as possible in that time. If we don't finish the bin, it's okay. But we just need to get that hour complete. If we get this mostly done, I'll consider that a win, though. That's a lot of pieces. So, but thank you for tuning in. Drop a like if you feel like it. There is a cool piece. You got a transparent red windscreen, the curved octagon shape. Is it an octagon? Yeah, octagon. It's only 3 sides of an octagon, but it's octagon shaped. Oh, there we go. Being kind of careful with reddish brown plates of this dimensions because that one felt pretty sturdy, but some of them are not so sturdy. So you have to be careful. I actually just took apart pretty much every one of my Lego sets because I need more places for the zoo. Oh my goodness, Dusty. We're going to have to watch one of your latest videos. Speaking of latest videos from Dusty, definitely check out Dust Off the Bricks YouTube channel because Dusty does great work and he's posting video updates quite often. So go tune in and subscribe if you have the time. Shout out to my friend Dusty. T. Valkyrie says, Chinese imposter Morgan. There you go. Is Funhole a fake Lego company? It is. Yeah, so it's a company that makes sets that are Lego compatible. I don't think they actually just copy Lego sets. They actually make their own sets that are, plastic bricks. So they're probably a little better than some, but I'm sure the quality isn't quite there. I don't know. I haven't built them, so I can't say for sure. But they are. I know they're at least super cheap compared to real Lego. I don't think I'll ever get into them because I have a good collection of real Lego, so I don't really need to get into that. But if you're on a budget and just want the building experience, it might be worth it. I don't know. I'm not in that position, so I hate it when this happens. You got these little horns stuck in these new plates. There we go. Kind of hard to remove. There you go. When a horn is stuck into those little rounded plates, that's just not easy. It's not as bad as some piece connections, but it's not great either. So, a little bit of Technic. Alrighty. Still seeing ads on my phone. It's good for me, bad for you guys, so hopefully they're not too bad. There's a nice arch. I'm not sure which castle this would be from. It looks mock-ish, not set-ish. Well, maybe it's a set. I don't know. I'd have to see more of the piece that came from in order to figure it out. Some transparent stuff. I might actually put this over on Steven's desk because it's part of a tree guide that he started and didn't finish. And he's currently working on a tree guide that's this color. So I'm going to save that out for him. He's probably not going to resume building that, but he will be using the pieces, I'm sure. Oh, Bobo Bricks. Good to see you, Bobo Bricks. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Bobo Bricks has a bunch of great builds on Instagram if you need to check out some cool, lots of Star Wars landscapes. Definitely worth checking out. Shout out to Bobo Bricks. There's some nice brackets in that bright green color. There we go. Orange flower, tan plates. Imagine the glory of a fully lit, twinkling Eiffel Tower. Golly, Scott, that would be incredible to see. Does anyone make like a full-size Eiffel Tower lighting kit? It would be hundreds of dollars if they did, because it'd be tons of lights and pieces and wires. You'd have a whole spool of wire. Man, that would be so cool, though. I could just picture it because, you know, you don't really see a lot of pictures of the Eiffel Tower at night because it's an art thing and they can sue you. But there's few things as spectacular as that. That's a really cool, special thing. Man, Scott, you need to send Lego an email because they're sitting on a gold mine. They probably sell a lot more Eiffel Towers that way. Yeah, we are 39 minutes into the stream. Still got some time left. Another 20 minutes or so. And we're just going to try and get as much progress done on this bin as possible. We've already gotten a lot sorted, though, so I'm pretty happy with where we're at. There's a nice dark green, giant curved brick. I don't know if that'll ever make it into a landscape mock, but maybe that'd be cool. Trans-yellow plate 4x10 appeared in 6 classic space sets, including the Galaxy Explorer. So I was right, but it's in a bunch more, and that's cool. So maybe not as expensive as some plates can be, because if it's in a bunch of sets, it would hopefully be more common. Pretty cool. Doing some sorting right now as well. There you go, Silver. That's awesome. I mean, you got to sort sometime. Might as well on a Sunday afternoon. There's a weird piece. That is Lego, first of all. I don't know if you can see the stud connections, anti-stud connections. That's from the old McDonald's sports sets, which I got as a kid. This is probably one of my original ones because the sticker's pretty beat up. Normally there's a torso that goes on top and a head, and you can put them on a skateboard or a snowboard or something, and they're as stupid as it gets. I'm going to put that in bluish gray because I don't think it fits in black. It's more gray than black. Yeah, and I'll probably never use that in a mock. I'd be hard-pressed to find a practical use for that piece. That is for sure. And AI Morgan, thank you for the search on that plate. I appreciate it. Dusty says, I'm too much of a Lego purist to try anything but Lego. There you go, Dusty. The older I get, the more purist I become, the more I prefer to use just regular Lego pieces. But I still have a little bit of a custom third-party accessory bug in me. And I have a huge collection of helmets, armor, weapons that I can use for custom figures, especially when Lego hasn't done themes like ancient Greeks and Romans, for example. They really haven't covered that much other than a few CMFs. So stuff like that. Do you post on your Flickr? Not anymore, Agent Bricks. I used to be very active on Flickr back in the day, roughly 10 years ago, but really haven't in the past couple of years, no. When I do finish my sandworm, I will be posting that on Flickr. So I will return one day, but not immediately. A few more weeks, and yes, I'll be posting on Flickr again. Unfortunately, the community on Flickr is pretty much gone. It's really not what it used to be. So there's still quite a few people posting on Instagram. A lot of my Lego friends are there now. So I tend to post there most of the time. But I'm also getting more on YouTube. There's a lot of people here on YouTube as well. There's also a few people on Facebook, on some Facebook groups. It's even Facebook has kind of declined from what it used to be, though. So I would say Facebook and Flickr are not on the up and up as far as Lego community, but Instagram is, I would say. Try again? Space Invader? That's cool. Video game piece. Oh, another ad. There you go. Hockey players use that piece as well. Exactly. Will Hafner is here. Good to see you, Will. Hope you're doing well. Should I go to BrickCon Atlanta this year? The Galador needs to head south. The Galador must migrate. Exactly. Hey, Will, if you can make it, we would be happy to have you, man. It's a really cool convention. I know I think you're out west, right? You're on the West Coast. It's going to be a long way for you, but you'll probably have a great time. I know I do. That's my favorite convention because it's, first of all, so close. Secondly, I know everybody that's there, so there's a lot of reasons why I like it. I think you'd have a great time too. There's a lot of people travel to it now, so that's an up and up convention. Whoa, Morgan, almost cheaper to fly to Paris. There you go, Scott. Some flights are cheaper than you'd expect. It's interesting. I don't do a lot of flying, but I do know a few things about that. Flickr is much better quality. Anyone can watch without an account. Exactly. That is true. So you can just browse Flickr from the internet without having a Flickr account, which is nice. There are ads, but there's ads on Instagram and Facebook too, so it's not like that much better. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, I will say the quality, the photo quality on Flickr is basically unlimited. You can post some very nice photos and they show up in full detail, which is great for big mock photos. Yeah, Instagram does not do that. It's an awful little tiny picture you can't really see. I use my phone nowadays because, first of all, my old camera doesn't really work anymore. Secondly, nobody can see the detail anyway, so use a phone. It's much easier. Yep. Next says, hockey players are a bit hokey in my book, Dusty. I deleted my Instagram in 2013. Well, there you go, Henry. You're definitely saving time from doom scrolling, I'm sure. So that's good. Yeah, I do know there's a lot more Lego fans on Instagram now than there were back then. So it's better than it used to be, but it's still not great. You still spend a lot of time on the app. And there's a lot of problems with it too. I think you should just go full-time on YouTube. I'm debating that, Dusty. Right now, it definitely doesn't pay the bills at all, but the trajectory is feasible. So, yeah, I'm kind of figuring that out right now because I've got some other things I'm working on as far as future jobs. But, yeah, I'm just going to stay busy doing YouTube until something concrete works out. And, yeah, it's been very, very encouraging, the great response from everyone. So thank you all so much for watching, first of all, and liking. And yeah, we'll see. If things keep going well, you never know. You never know. Seattle, yep. Seattle's a long way away from Atlanta, about as far as you can get in the continental U.S. But if you can make it, well, I'd be happy to see it. We could talk about the good old days. And Will, if you know anybody who has an extra a quart and tagger from Galador and wants to sell them for what they're worth, I will pay. I just need the convenience of seeing it in person before I buy it. I don't want to just buy a beat up one off of the internet. So yeah, I need them too. Yeah, there's a lot of Galador fans who would love to collect them, I'm sure. I think Dusty's one of them too. Dusty, I think, has at least a few Galadors. Most of the Galadors are super cheap, so it's easy to get into it, but it's really hard to complete because you're not going to get all of them without finding those two, which are super hard. I don't know the full context of why they're so expensive and hard to find. I believe they were kind of a regional or store exclusive, brand exclusive. Like maybe they were only Target or Toys R Us. I don't know all of them. I got Tagger, but no quart. Not anymore. I killed the market. There you go. Back in the day, they weren't that hard to find, but now, yeah, good luck now. I blame R.R. Slugger, too. He's brought a lot of attention to these weird themes that nobody used to know about, but it's okay. It's all right. We can always see pictures, I guess. Yeah. Oh, well. How do I convince my wife we need to go Atlanta BrickCon instead of doing something for her birthday since they're on the same day? Oh no, Grumpy, that's a tough sell. Maybe you can convince her that the Georgia Aquarium is really, really cool, and you can come up and spend the day doing that. But then the next day, you could go to Atlanta BrickCon for a day and be able to get in and see the builds and say hi to everybody. That's my best idea or advice there, but I don't know, man. That's a tough sell for your wife's birthday. I'll tell Nick to move the date for you so we can get you here next time. There's that really cool color, the safety yellow, or the kind of neon yellow color. I don't like it better than the classic trans neon orange and trans neon green. So I don't know if it's worth the trade, but at least it's like almost as cool as those old colors are. So there you go. We're really putting a dent in this bulk here, so I'm happy about that. Getting through it. Here's a little floral piece. I think that was once a Belleville crown. Now it's more like a system piece. Got some roller coaster cars here. Disassembling those. Oh, yeah, Scott Schiller says, you're right, but he's rocks. Just saying. He's one of the cooler ones, honestly. The dark green and his accessories are sweet. Got the armor pieces and stuff. Interestingly, in the show, he's kind of got more of a tan and red on his face, more of a different coloration. He's not just plain green. So I think that would have been way too advanced color-wise for Lego at the time. So I see why they simplified it, but it's interesting. Has anyone else seen all 10 hours of the Galador show? I know Dusty probably has, because Dusty does his research, man. But has anyone else seen the Galador show? Side question, now that we're talking about it. I've seen it all. It is not good. It's not good at all. It's really bad. Murat is here. Good to see you, Murat. 10 kilos of Lego. That's awesome. That is crazy. Well, good. Congratulations, Murat. That's awesome. We got a couple of comments here. Let me go through them here. Chernobyl chartreuse. Exactly. Let's see. Gabriel says, I got a few of that yellow. There you go. Let's see. I can't wait to go to a BrickCon. It will be my first time, so I'm hoping that by the time one is near me, I have a few 4x8 foot mosaics. That's awesome. Never too old for a Lego. Love the username, by the way. If you're going to Atlanta BrickCon, I'll hopefully see you there if that's the case. But yeah, Lego conventions in general are usually a ton of fun, especially if they're AFOL oriented, because you get the ones that are kind of aimed for kids. They're all right. Maybe just skip Brickfest Live, but all the other ones pretty much worth going to. There is a prototype of him. There you go. Mython is here. Good to see you, Mython. Hope you're doing well. What up, Mark, my man? Absolutely, Mython. Doing pretty good. Getting some sorting done. A good amount of sorting done. We're 50 minutes into the stream, so we are ramping it up at this point. We still got another 10 minutes or so. I've seen all of it 10 years ago. Wow, Will, that's awesome. Dust Up the Bricks with a $9.99 donation. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Well, thank you, Dusty. I appreciate that. That will go to a good cause. That'll go towards parts for the sandworm. I don't think anyone has other than you. Well, Will has, so I'm not alone, and I'm really glad because I thought I might have been alone. But Will has, and maybe Dusty has too. Dusty hasn't confirmed that yet, so I'll find out. But I don't think, let's see. Anna's World of Bricks is here. Just want to say hello. Thanks for tuning in, Anna. Appreciate you stopping by. You don't have to stay the whole time. I appreciate you just stopping by and saying hello. If you want to, leave a like too. That helps the video reach more people. But good to see you, Anna. Hope you're doing well. Here's to help you go full time. Well, thank you, Dusty. Appreciate it, man. We'll see. Fingers crossed. If the videos keep doing well, you never know. I can't guarantee I'll be a full-time YouTuber, but I'm a full-time YouTuber right now as I figure out what's next. But I might need a regular job for a little bit longer to pay the basic bills. I think I could be a full-time YouTuber, though, if things work out, if I get lucky. We'll see. It kind of depends on the algorithm, We'll see if the algorithm is kind to me. It is a good time of year for that, too. Marat says, hee, thank you. Absolutely, Marat. Well, thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate you saying hi. Glad you got a bunch of Lego sorted, too. That's, I know, it's not easy. Lego sorting is a challenging task. There's a little Technic assembly there. It'll be useful later. Here's a weird piece. It's a mountain range. I think that's actually a mountain piece. I think that's what it was supposed to be used for. I'm not sure. I know it's also been used in a bunch of other things. In the green color, it was an Iron Builder part, which was hilarious. Just not Brickfest Live. Exactly, Will. Don't go to that one. Yeah, can't recommend that one. I'll eventually do a video on conventions. I filmed one, and I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm going to redo it and have it be a little more casual, a little bit shorter. It was too long. So we'll I'll do a convention breakdown for people who are interested in more information. That's what I'm talking about. Get the sorting done. Exactly. We've gotten a lot done. probably 3/4 of this big bin here. So I'm pretty happy with the progress we have so far. We still have 5 more minutes, and it's not going to happen in 5 minutes. But I'm a big dent in an even bigger pile. Let's see. I'll be at Atlanta BrickCon. I hope to see you all there. Absolutely, Nexus. I will see you there for sure. In fact, I might have a request for you if you're going to be there both days. I might need somebody to help me with stuff. I might be willing to pay or even get you. Well, you've already gotten your tickets, right? I might be able to get a free ticket if you are able to help me with stuff. I might need an employee for 2 days, for 2 hours, really. But cough, cough, Grumpy J. I don't know if Grumpy J is going to be able to get out of that birthday obligation with his wife, but well, we can always hope. Let's see. Anna's World of Bricks. Absolutely. I'm doing well. Just nervous because I'm teaching tonight at my church. Well, there you go, Anna. Hopefully you're able to do a great job, and hopefully you have confidence and you do a fantastic job. We're rooting for you, Anna. Gabriel says, Duplo looking piece. Exactly. That is a Duplo piece. I have some Duplo. It's mostly filler brick, but there's an occasional Duplo piece that's pretty darn cool. It would actually be neat in a mock, but not every day. Ribbon, Ruben is here. I might have missed your answer, but where can we buy those tubs? Oh, Ruben. Ribbon. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. These bins are from Walmart. They're Sterilite. They're Stadium Blue. If you want to look them up online, they're like $1.50 for a small one. I think these are more like in the almost $2 range. Very sturdy, pretty cheap. You can get them in bulk. Go to Walmart.com or go to Walmart, buy them in person. They're my favorite size. They work great for shelving. You can see them behind me, so highly recommend it. Marat says from Belleville set. If it was the big white piece, I think that's a Duplo piece. But yeah, I do have a lot of Belleville in my collection though. I wish I had more Scala, because that's one thing I don't have anything of, Scala. But eventually, one day I'll get some Scala stuff. It's not easy to find in the United States from what I'm figuring out. Was Scala kind of a European thing? Kind of a international thing, non-US thing? I need to look it up. It'll probably say it on Bricklink, but just Google it. All the information's out there. So, Mython says, I postponed my Stack and Bricks live build today because my other hobby had a new drop with their Series 5 figures, so we had an opening party. I'll do a Lego build next week. Oh, there you go, Mython. Yeah, I saw you streaming earlier. I tuned in for just a second. I've been kind of busy today. But yeah, definitely tune in to my buddy Mython the Python for all sorts of Lego action figures, pop culture, nerd stuff. He is a great guy, has a bunch of great friends, does a bunch of great content, so go subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to my friend Steven, a.k.a. Mython. There's some useful curved elements. Looks like a big piece of macaroni right there. Some yellow cheese sauce. There's a Thanos figure there, or finger, I should say, finger piece from the gauntlet. Ooh, oh, I could have used these. I saved myself a Bricklink order. This is why I need to sort more. I literally bought probably 4 of these on a Bricklink order, and I placed the order just for those pieces. I knew I had another Thanos gauntlet in here. I knew I had those pieces. Oh well, it's okay. Now I have more. It's fine. Has anyone else ever done that? Place the Bricklink order, then find the piece just, a week later? It happens. The pieces are already here. They're already in the build. They serve their purpose well. It's just one of those things, It is not the end of the world. Oh my goodness. Grumpy J gifted 5 Mark of Fun with memberships. Thank you, Grumpy J. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are too kind. And for all those who earned a membership, you can now go check out the sandworm on my community tab. So you can now go see the giant sandworm pictures, and they're pretty cool. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. I am really excited about that build. So please go check it out. For everyone else who doesn't have a membership, you can either sign up for 99 cents or it'll be out within about a week or two. So keep an eye out for that. I should be dropping reels for it next week. I think late next week I'll have the first thing about it, of building the structure. Assuming I can finish it up and the landscape soon. If I get distracted with other things, it might be a little bit longer, but it should be by end of November, should be totally done, which is really encouraging. So, because it's getting done a million light years faster than Tron ever did, or Rock Raiders. Tron was faster than Rock Raiders, and Dune was faster than Tron. So it's just, I've gotten better about finishing builds sooner. I'm not keeping up with the comments at all. Hold on one second. Just watched old ads from the 98 and had Scala ad with Finnish dubs. Interesting. Finnish dubs? So Finland had Scala, but did the United States have Scala? That's my question. Yeah, now that my clinical shadowing has ended, needed something to do outside of school. There you go, Nixus. It's awesome. Thanks, Mark. Heart. Absolutely my thon. There's some more pieces to sort while I skip an ad for Google Chrome. I have Google Chrome installed. You don't have to put ads out there. There's some gold. Let's see what other comments we got. Thanks, Grumpy. Absolutely. Yeah, if you gained a membership, thank you, Grumpy. Gifting those memberships. I think there's a way that I can do it here, but I don't know. I'd have to double check. I've seen people do it on live stream, so I'll have to do it at some point. I'll figure that out and get back to you guys. But thankfully, the memberships are not that expensive to start with. So, you know, 99 cents. Much appreciated. Morgan dropping all the emojis. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you for supporting the channel, my friends. We've got plenty more videos coming out soon. Tomorrow, I'll be starting the next 12-hour build challenge tomorrow morning. And Exoforce won the poll. Big surprise. No, it wasn't a big surprise. The only option was Exoforce. But that will be pretty fun. So I will be building some Exoforce and getting that out for you guys as soon as possible. It's probably going to be a little smaller than the past two builds, which have both been pretty big for 12 hours. So a little more downsized, but we'll see. Yep, Morgan is heading out, and the stream is now past an hour, so I'm going to start wrapping this up as well. But just a little dribble of pieces in the bottom. I'm not going to be able to finish it tonight. I have to go make some dinner, but did a great job sorting lots of pieces, gone through lots of cool pieces. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. It was a very successful stream. A bunch of you turned up. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. And thank you, everyone, for, first of all, super chatting and giving out those memberships. Thank you for all of you members who already support me. And we'll be doing this again, hopefully next week. This is already the longest streak of the sorting stream we've had. I think this is the fourth one in a row. So hopefully we can keep that going for as long as possible. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep on bricking.